Oh hey, welcome back Serpa Squad. In this mukbang video, I'm going to show you how I eat from my chicken and broccoli desk here. It's a pretty cool DIY piece that I built from scratch that I really think you're going to enjoy. I'm really enjoying this food.
Yo, what's going on out here?
Oh, Winslow, where you been? It's been a while.
Yeah, I know. I just been relaxing in your computer desk.
In my desk?
Yeah, in your desk. Don't you remember? I hitchhiked on some plants.
On the plants? What do you mean? This is my salad desk.
I know you were trying to touch grass without going outside, but if you recall, this is a Terrarium computer desk. I guess you're just trying to forget about the past, aren't you?
I hate those holes I put in the
They're
glass.
always crawling out of the
Good thing
holes
they're
and
not
out
my
my
arms.
arms.
They don't do a good job holding. That does sound vaguely familiar.
You must remember. Otherwise, you'll just keep eating leaf litter.
This is just getting weird.
Just plug the holes and it will all be over.
Cover the hole. But I already said it wasn't a problem. Keyboard practically hides. I even like the snails. It's finally over.
Hey, you should flip that glass around too.
So apparently it's been 2 years since I set up the Terrarium computer desk. It's crazy to me because it feels like just yesterday that I set this up, but I went back and I watched the videos and stuff, and a lot has improved since the original video, and then a lot has changed even from last year whenever I did the update. Now the funny thing is that update video ended up doubling the views, if not more than that, of the original video, so it's kind of funny, but as you know, I had a lot of fun with that video. I kind of played fun at the non-issues that people were going on about in the original video. We addressed all of those, and as you saw in the opening here, and kind of one of the things that I found out as I went through the comments of the update the other day was that everybody was going on about the holes in the front. Now, as I said in that video, they don't bother me whatsoever, and they don't cause any of the issues that people had assumed that they would, although the snails can escape every now and again. I guess for some people that's a problem. So to help you sleep easy at night, I decided to cover up the holes with a little bit of window screen mesh. I just applied a bead of silicone around it, stuck it on there, and it was as simple as that. I also couldn't get over how many of you thought it looked like food in the thumbnail. I thought it was pretty funny and I kind of played off of that, but enough of an intro. Let's get into here and I'll talk about some of the other prevalent things as we go through. Like last time, we've got the trusty suction cup. We'll just get this thing going. And just pull the glass right off. The first thing we gotta do, of course, is the sniff test to ensure that it's doing well. Smells good to me, just like the forest floor. At a first glance, I'd say that everything looks like it's doing quite well. Although a few observations on the plant side. If you recall, we added a ficus pumila here and 2 cryptanthus here. It looks like neither of those made it. Now it's kind of unfortunate, but it's to be expected with this sort of thing. Not everything's going to take hold. And I'd say that with the ficus here, it was kind of twofold. That was a cutting from a tank, so a lot of times they don't take quite as well as an established plant. And of course, this is kind of where my keyboard is, so it might not have been getting the optimal amount of light. And then as for the cryptanthus, I don't really know what the deal was with those since all the other ones in here are doing fine. All of that said, we added this Photonia white vein last time, and it appears to have taken to this setup quite well. Otherwise, the rest of the plants are ones that I added whenever I initially set it up, or shortly thereafter, so it's pretty cool to see how it's done till now. Another thing that I'm seeing that definitely could have played a role in these plants not taking hold is that it feels a little dry in here. Now, I actually haven't done any maintenance on this whatsoever since the previous update, so it's definitely in need of a proper watering. Prior to that though, I'm actually going to trim these plants, and primarily with all these Photonia, they're just a little bit too tall and touching the glass, so I'll just trim them appropriately. I'll also remove a few of these unsightly leaves. I got all the trimmings here, and the nice thing with these is I can just grab them with my tweezers like this and just plant them directly into the substrate and get some denser growth. At this point, I've got it all trimmed up and looking good. I definitely want to add a few more plants to compensate for those ones that didn't make it, but I'm not going to go too crazy with it. What I have here is another Ficus pumila. Now what you'll see is this looks a little bit different than the one that's already in the terrarium, and that's due to these irregularly shaped leaves with white tips on them. This is a snowflake variety, and I actually pulled this out of an established plant pot, so it's not a cutting or anything like that, and if all things go according to plan, it should take to this setup. So you'll see that I took this down to the bare roots, and I did that just to make it easier to plant. I'm thinking that I want this one right around here, so it's not under the shade of my keyboard, but it kind of fills in this area. Got it in there. I'm just going to kind of adjust these a little bit. And if you saw, I pulled out a few twigs as I was adding that, so I'll put them back as well. Yeah, I think something like that should work. I was actually able to split up that main plant a little bit, so I have a second one here. I'm thinking I'll put it right around in here. I figured I should try again with some more Cryptanthus as well. These are Cryptanthus nubicola, which are the same ones that are already in there. Adding these is as simple as that. And that's pretty much all the adjustments that I wanted to make regarding the design. I think it looks pretty good, but we gotta get it some water. As usual, I've got my trusty pressurized sprayer to do the job. That's hands down one of my favorite parts. I always love getting in there with the sprayer and just spraying down the plants, getting them hydrated and looking good. I really like how everything appears right now, so I think I'm just going to clean off the glass that goes on top and we'll get it sealed up. And back on it goes. And to clean the outside of the glass, I've got this Fritz Glass Acrylic Cleaner. It's really awesome because it protects the glass from fingerprints and dust for a while after use, so it's perfect for an area like this where I'm touching it all the time, which will maximize visibility. And as always, this was provided by Fritz with a paid promotion, but as you know, I use their products anyway, and I gotta say this stuff is awesome. You'll see up here that I have something that a lot of you had recommended, and it's just a mini aquarium glass cleaner. That way if there's condensation or whatever on the glass, I can just go around and clean it up with this. After 2 years and a little bit of maintenance, I'd say the Terrarium computer desk is looking pretty awesome. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. A lot of people don't understand the plants. They think the live edge is ugly, or the boards that I used are ugly, or the finish, or what have you, but it's a matter of preference. I really like it, and it's the piece that I use most and enjoy most out of anything in the room because I'm at the computer a lot of the time editing videos and that sort of thing, so it's cool to have around, and as you can see, it's doing quite well. As I said, it's basically not an issue, but having the glass cleaner on the glass should allow me to keep things a little bit cleaner and maximize visibility into the piece. And all of you could sleep easy at night knowing that I plugged those holes with screen and the snails are not going to escape from the system anymore. Also, many of you will be very excited to know that I got a new mouse. I know it was a point of contention for some of you, but we got it addressed. However, I'm still rocking that hideous mouse pad. Also, the cord on that and on the keyboard, a lot of you had said that it deters from the whole look that I'm trying to go for here. I don't want to deal with input lag. I also don't want to have the inconvenience of charging them or replacing batteries. I just want them to work and work properly. So having corded items makes sense for me and it doesn't really bother me. Anyway, I really like this piece. I hope you enjoyed seeing the update on it and enjoyed this little video. I honestly don't know how much longer I will have this desk up and running, and the reason I say that is because I have plans to build a larger one at some point with different bells and whistles that I didn't engineer into this one and just make a more refined piece. I'll probably keep this one for different purposes, not for my computer, but expect that at some point. In the meantime, I'll continue to use this one and enjoy it all the same. But that's all I have for you in this one, Serpa Squad. As always, leave the video with a thumbs up if you appreciated this sort of content, and I'll see you next week. Take care and peace.